Just about a year ago today,
I was right here in this office.
Thandi Montgomery got the call that would change her life forever.
And she said, "Miss Montgomery, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have breast cancer."
The 39-year-old had just celebrated her 14th wedding anniversary with her husband, taken on a new career role, and been focusing on helping her 2 young kids thrive in school.
I'm like, this is not how I expected, for this phase of my life to go. You go from just life as normal to having this devastated news, and then you're like, wait, what's going on?
As she searched for answers, something compelled Montgomery to start documenting all of it.
Give me like a remote control and hit the fast forward button.
Through 16 rounds of chemo, 30 days of radiation, and 4 surgeries.
Today is radiation day number 7.
With the help of her faith and her family.
What do you think about my hair, Granny?
You mean you need my hair?
Montgomery has completed her treatment.
It's worth it.
And turned all the photos and videos of her experience into a docuseries.
And I really want to send the message that please get a mammogram, because early detection is what saved my life.
Montgomery says she even found her true self on this journey.
Beyond the hair, beyond the eyebrows, beyond the boobs, was Thandi at the core. She's resilient, she's powerful.
And she's on a new mission.
I was such a private person before this diagnosis. Now I'm an open book.
To share her story and to share hope. In Grand Prairie, Caroline Vandergriff, CBS 11 News.
Brave of her. And
today is a big moment. Channel 11, they're coming to the house so that I can share my story, and I'm really excited. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm just so grateful to be able to share my story and hopefully inspire others to keep going and to raise awareness about this life-altering disease called cancer. So I'm grateful, and I'm just blessed for this moment. It's crazy because the last 12 months have been full of ups and downs and surgeries and chemo, and there's just so much, and I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. But now I know, it was worth it, and it's the home stretch, baby. Home stretch. Don't be afraid or ashamed to tell your story. It's what made you. You never know whose life you will change or save.
So I guess kind of just take me back to the beginning of your breast cancer journey, and maybe what tipped you off that something could be wrong, or
But just go ahead and get a mammogram. Then I had to go back for an ultrasound. I'm like, something's not right. And then I had to go back again for a biopsy, right? And so they didn't give me the results right away. Time passed, weeks and days. And then November 1st, Miss Montgomery, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have breast cancer. And I just couldn't believe it, because I had literally checked every box. I breastfed both kids. In the moment, I was like, well, how long do I have to live? Because when you think about cancer, you think about what you see on TV. You don't think that there is hope afterwards, right? And I was such a private person before this diagnosis. Now I'm an open book. I am an open book, and I am happy to share it. And so we're actually doing this docuseries. It's called 16 Tuesdays. And it's basically, I had 16 rounds of chemo on Tuesdays. And so it really goes behind the scenes to show all of the ins and outs of the journey. It shows the photo shoots. It shows me exercising. It shows we had a hair cutting party when I found out I had to have chemo. So there are certain things that we did to really keep that sense of normalcy. So my faith, my family, such a wonderful network and such a wonderful support system.
by being so open and by sharing those 16 Tuesdays, what is your hope with that project? What do you hope to see it accomplish?
Yes, well, awareness, number one. I want people to understand that breast cancer is real and it can happen to you. Like, find something that you think or someone who you think is worth fighting for, right? And so sometimes what kept me going was, seeing my kids and seeing my husband and seeing my family. I'm like, wow, I have to keep going because I want to be able to live, to continue to see this growth and this momentum. So again, find something you can control, find something or someone who's worth fighting for, and then just really take one moment at a time. Don't try to think about the entire treatment plan. When you go through your first round of chemo, celebrate that. When you go through your second round of chemo, throw yourself a party. Go get some cake and throw yourself a party because it is difficult. It is difficult, and I have much respect for anyone who can master, who can conquer and survive this life-altering disease because it is very, very, very hard. But take those moments. And I also saw a therapist. Like, I had 10 plus sessions with my therapist because there are times, this is not just a physical journey, but this is a mental journey, right? And so not only is your body going through changes, but your mind, you're like, oh my God, like, what's really happening? Am I putting myself through this again? And there are so many thoughts. It's very traumatic, it's very, very traumatic. And so seeing that professional or getting that professional help from someone who has that expertise is also important. And as well as, if you don't have that supportive family, finding a group. Like, I'm a part of several organizations, and they really just embraced me. And it was women who had already conquered it, and they're like, Thandi, you're gonna be okay. This is what you need to do. Do this, this, this. And so it's really finding that community of women that have gone before you, who they are not afraid to reach back and say, listen, this is what I did, try this. You'll be okay. Dry your tears and let's go. Let's fight. And so that's very important as well. Don't do it alone. You cannot fight this battle alone. You really have to have support. Again, it can be from family, it can be from friends, it can be from coworkers, or several community organizations in the city. They have support. They have free resources. And so I told my doctor, I said, I need all the free resources you can tell me, right? You can give me. And so it didn't matter. If I'm going to be a cancer patient for this period of time, I want to get all the free resources. And so it's very important to really, advocate for yourself, find out what's available, and really go out there and get it.
How do you see your experience fighting breast cancer influencing your next chapter and what you do next moving forward with your life?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, like, life can change really quickly, right? And so I was so focused on, my career, like, what's next, and making sure I, just dot every I and cross every T. And now it's like, okay, Thandi, you have a bigger purpose, a bigger calling. Yes, work still matters. Yes, the things that mattered before matter, but my perspective on life, on time, it's totally different now. So I don't have time to waste on, like, the things that don't matter. My perspective is, Thandi, go for it. Like, don't hold back. The things that held me back previously, the fears and the anxiety, it's like, no, you don't have time. You don't have time. And so I value this second chance, and I want to use the second chance to help women around the world, not just when it comes to breast cancer, but finding their purpose, finding their truth. And it's just really important for me to be that voice for those women who may have lost the battle, or for the women who may have suffered in silence, or for the women who are coming after me. And so advocacy is very important for me, as well as using my skills of marketing and public speaking and inspirational speaking to help millions of people around the world.